couldn't do anything. So like, I went ham.
Okay.
You know, and it got crazy because, you know, the type of women.
We're getting a little personal now. Okay.
I don't mind.
Okay.
I don't mind. It's the truth. It's all out there anyway.
Because she's going to see the show. Okay.
It doesn't matter, you know.
All right.
I am who I am. I ain't got nothing to hide. Well, anyway, she went in my documents, I'll say, and she found all these numbers, and then a lot of the girls were like, it was like, oh yeah, if that was their chance to get me back. So it was kind of like Tiger Woods, you know. They were coming from everywhere.
Yeah.
They was coming from everywhere, and so she asked me. She was like, "Well, how could you do this to me? I had just had your baby, and just tell me the truth." And I told the truth, and she got mad. The truth was, for 6 weeks, I couldn't smash. So I went on a smashing tour.
Oh Lord.
And that's just the truth. It was wrong.
Okay.
It was wrong per se.
Do you think you're ready to get married? I'm just saying, if this is a woman who just had your baby and you're engaged to be married, what does that say? What does it say?
It says that I'm a man.
It says you're not ready to get married. That's what it says. That's what it says. Okay.
You know what?
That's what it says.
You know, not your situation, but the problem is that women want to jump in things without properly evaluating.
He just smashed. What's jumping in?
Well, I'm not talking about
all right.
But I'm saying one of the problems is that women want to jump into something without properly evaluating their man and finding out what it is that they want in 5 years from now. They want to jump into these marriages, and then usually that's why we only have a 50% marriage rate, you know, that actually lasts.
Is it that high?
It's about
okay. I don't think it's 50% now.
You take your time. You take your time, and you make sure that you are on the same sheet of music with the person that you want to marry. You have discussions. How many kids do we want to have? You talk about how you feel about fidelity, how you feel about God. You know, where do we want to be 5 years from now? But I think women want to jump into this thing because they're having sex, and they feel like it's deeper than what it really is. And
I
agree.
agree.
To slow down and take time to evaluate the relationship.
Now, I actually called off. Like, I haven't even got a reason. But I was like, you know what? Hold off with the marriage thing. And it's not, I never said why, but I'll say it on your show.
Okay.
The reason why is this. I have such a wonderful woman. She's a wonderful mother, just a wonderful person. She's not into the club scene and all that. She's beautiful. She's fine, you know, and I just feel like, okay, I'll say it. I really don't, I kind of don't deserve her right now.
Okay.
You know?
Well, at least you're being honest. Okay.
So it's like, I wouldn't do that to her, because you got to leave it an option, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, I still, you know, people be like, oh, you finna get married and all this. I just feel like, right now, can't no one woman give me what I need.
And I understand that.
You know,
you know what?
What it is.
We're going to take a small break. We'll be back in just a moment with our audience. Okay? We're going to talk to our audience members and see what they have to say about Relationships 101.
Hi, I'm Kim Benjamin. One of the problems that seems to be with relationships on both sides is the ego. So could you give us some insight on how to break down the ego when dealing with relationships for a male and for a female, but of course give it to us from a male perspective?
You want to go ahead?
I'll go ahead with that. Well, first of all, I don't think that a man should be that way with a woman. I understand when a woman comes in and she's feeling herself, you know, that's cute, but I think it's kind of sissy-like for a man to act that way with a woman, you know, to be all, hey, you know. I personally don't do that. So the ego thing, it don't, you know, I mean, some people would think I got an ego when I, you know, express my credentials, but it's just my life, you know.
I think it starts when, like, what Miss Tatum says.
Carla Mills
Tatum says, I got this, I got that, I got that. I don't need a man. And a man is thinking, what? You ain't know. I got this and I got that. That's when the ego starts, is when you start trying to outdo each other. Instead of saying, hey, I have this and you have that. Look what we can build together. And that's what it's really all about in a relationship, is what you could build together, not outdoing each other.
And then you meet the person's representative when you first meet them anyway, and I think they need to eliminate that. Be honest with each other. Both be honest. Like, yeah, I work at McDonald's. you know. But I work out, look at my chest.
Yeah.
You know, I take good care of myself. You know, I mean, everybody be honest with each other, and I think.
Or I'm doing well for myself, but I'm having a hard time as well.
Yeah, just be honest. If a person can't accept you for being honest, you don't need them anyway. So tell the truth.
Yeah. That was
My
a
name
good
is
question.
Bruce. I want to ask you, what was the impetus for you writing the book?
You know, this book has a lot to do with my life. This is about a former football player who gets kicked out of the NFL out of the professional football for failing drug tests. And he falls in love with a stripper. And he goes through all of his millions of dollars within a year, and they end up broken on the street and running for their lives from people that they owe money to. And so it has a lot to do with the abandonment issues that I've suffered with throughout my childhood because my mother was never there for me. And that's that's basically the lead character. It deals also with the fact that 50% of the professional athletes out there will end up broke after they're out of the NFL and NBA because they don't have any financial education.
Yeah, like 5 years.
Yeah. And it also deals with dysfunctional relationships. There are a lot of different really good topics in this book that I tried to cover. And hopefully it'll help some people that have dealt with some of the issues that I've dealt with in my life.
And where's your book available?
It's on BarnesandNoble.com, Amazon.com, on all of the major online retailers. You can search Quan Hodges. It's Quan Hodges. Or you can go to my website, loveofasoul.com.
Great book, by the way. Gonna be even better movie.
Hello. First and foremost, thank you, Carla, for having me on your show. My question/comment is basically, I don't really understand why a man can get to say that he's a man just because he can smash, so to speak, like it's what you said.
Oh, so this is for me. Okay.
Yeah, you knew it was for you.
Yeah.
It's because when a guy meets somebody and he feels like he cares about them and he has a child with them, you know, you knew that going into it, that she was not going to be able to do anything for 6 weeks. So, you know, why would you still consider yourself a man? You know, because a man takes care of his responsibilities, he takes care of his woman, he takes care of home. So why do you still consider yourself a man?
Probably because during that 6 week, I probably spent about $80,000 and wasn't getting none, so I wanted some, and I do what I want to do. That's just it. I'm a man. You're a woman. You can't compete with me. No, I'm just playing. That's a joke.
Never should a woman try to compete with a man, because a lot of what you guys said, I really, truly agree with.
But wait a minute. I also admitted that it was wrong of me. It was wrong. I'm joking, but it was wrong. It was flat out wrong. I shouldn't have done that. It was childish and immature, and I really shouldn't have went there. And it happened, and she got past it. She's still here for something, you know, but it was wrong. It was wrong, and it was immature, and I don't advise any man to take the route that I took.
My girl
That's
look at
his
me
representative.
Like, my girl look
Okay.
at me like, you better not do this.
No, that was wrong and selfish because I let something small tick me off. Like, what? I made an excuse to go and do that, you know. So it was wrong. And sometimes us men, we do stuff like that, just being ignorant, you know. So forgive me for my ignorance. It won't happen again, darling.
And I won't do it. I'll never do it.
Uh-oh.
This is Jack Daniels, and I have a question because a lot of the show was really good, but we were talking a lot about sexual relationships and how men react to sex. There's a question that I really want to ask. When you're 60 years old, what's going to be more important, sex or companionship?
That's companionship. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And you know, that's one of the things that I talk to with my girl is about what do we want to be doing when we're old? You know, I'm still going to be hitting it, but we want to be able to travel the world also. We've talked about, you know, some of the things we talk about is how much money we want to put in our 401k.
Yeah.
You know, we want to be able to go to Italy and France and all these different places around the world and have sex. And so we talk about things to be able to accomplish those goals in the long run. Because the companionship, we need to be able to talk together when we're traveling and having sex.
My answer to that question, you said when you're 60, what's going to companionship or sex? Viagra. But on the real, I want to get this off my chest. I have to say it since I'm on here. I have to say this. And this is for black men. I think that as black men, we need to eliminate the ignorance in that ego thing that we got. We need to focus on the improvement of our women and children and protect them.
We do.
They are murdering our children in the streets.
Men,
Focus.
fathers to your child.
Exactly. Focus on protecting all women and all children. You can ask anybody that knows me. If I'm somewhere where it's children around, all of those children are mine. I take care of. We need to protect our women and children more than what we are. We're not setting good examples. We suck right now.
That's
and
the
like I
biggest
said,
problem in the
our women are a reflection of us.
Yeah.
You know, and so are our children. You know, pull your pants up. You're 30 years old. You feel me? You know, we need to just focus on protecting our women and children. So that's what keeps us afloat, our women. We're nothing without our women.
All right, we could go on and on and on, but we are at the end of our show. First of all, please give your websites, your information, so people can contact you after the show.
All right. It's Quan Hodges. You can reach me on Facebook or my Twitter page at Quan Hodges, or the website for my book, loveofasoul.com.
Scott?
I don't know. I mean, I just have like my phone number or something. You know,
Scott, you got
anybody can call me. Like, I have the phone number I use. I have a phone for my family, and I have a phone. My Facebook is Sky Keeton, SKYKEETON. Twitter is SKY_KEETON. You can go to Bunzi Universal Records. I'm the president, actually, of that label. So you can go there and contact me. You can call me, 770-549-7488. That number is open to the public at all times and willing to help anybody that's trying to do anything positive at any time.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning into the Mills Connection Show, and you've just been connected.